And Roger, thank you. Good evening. Chances are your company does not have a solid policy when it comes to office romances. And a Toronto employment lawyer says that a tragedy that's unfolding within the Toronto Star should be a wake-up call.
It's a horrible tragedy. Hopefully there'll be more awareness. I'm not sure if the laws will change, but hopefully employers will revisit their policies and think about what they can do to prevent this type of thing from happening again.
An award-winning environmental reporter at the Toronto Star died by suicide last month. She was reportedly heartbroken when she found out that the senior manager she'd been having an affair with was now involved in a relationship with her own boss, the managing editor. The newspaper says it has conducted a thorough internal investigation. The senior manager fired, the managing editor moved out of the newsroom. The Star says policies will be amplified surrounding workplace relationships and conflicts of interests. But the union now wants an independent investigation.
Well, what specifically do you feel as though needs to be investigated?
Well, all workplaces, all companies are required to provide a safe and respectful workplace under legislation. The potential that something occurred that might have been preventable, and I'm not saying that it did, but that potential does exist. And if we can learn something from that and develop better policies.
The reality is most companies don't have concrete policies surrounding workplace romances or what to do if a colleague may be showing signs of mental distress.
Having a policy is just step one. Otherwise, if it sits on a shelf, it's meaningless. You've got to make sure everyone's aware of it. We work with our clients to do lunch and learns and that kind of thing so everyone knows what the policy says and then enforce it.
Those policies, Rudner says, should make it very clear that any manager having a relationship with someone who has less power should report it to Human Resources.
If you go to management can make a decision to move one person, change the reporting relationship, do whatever they have to eliminate either the issue or the potential issue before it becomes one. I mean, I wrote a book on just cause for dismissal, and I've seen a lot of cases where people were fired for having internal relationships. And when the dismissal was upheld, it wasn't because of the relationship in and of itself. It was either because they had a conflict of interest or because they were dishonest. So if the person lies about it, covers it up, etc., you may well have cause to fire them.
Now, the Toronto Star has offered to share details of its internal investigation with the union, but the union is rejecting that, saying that the only way to real transparency is a full third-party independent investigation.